Nibiru Planet X, also known as Planet 9 or Planet X, Nemesis by the Greeks, is prophesied to collect with Earth and destroy all of humanity. But is its existence pseudoscience or is there any proof? We know of Planet X, Nibiru from the Sumerian legends. It extends from the orbit of Jupiter at 5.2 AU to the Kuiper belt at 50 AU. Many researchers believe that there are undiscovered planets in the solar system, particularly in its outer reaches. In recent years, there has been growing interest in the possibility of a Planet X or Nibiru, a hidden planet orbiting our Sun in the distant reaches of the outer solar system. To unravel the mystery, we need to understand the background of this theory and the evidence that supports it. And here we'll further explore the planet Nibiru theory, trying to answer some of the most frequently asked questions about this. What are dwarf planets, and is Nibiru one of them? Most people are familiar with the planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But there are three main types of planets: gas giants, terrestrial planets, and dwarf planets. A gas giant planet is a massive planet made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Terrestrial planets are small solid worlds like Earth. Dwarf planets are a new class of planets defined by the International Astronomical Union, IAU, in 2006, and they're similar to terrestrial planets but much smaller and often have irregular shapes. Nibiru is sometimes referred to as a dwarf planet or mini Neptune because it's thought to be a small icy world similar to Neptune or Pluto. However, there is no scientific evidence to support the existence of Nibiru, and most astronomers believe that it does not exist. The name Nibiru comes from the ancient Babylonian culture, where it was first mentioned in clay tablets written by priests around 1200 BC. The tablets described a planet in the outer solar system with an orbit period of 3,600 years. This planet was known as Marduk, Nibiru, or Planet X. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union, IAU, created a new category of planets called dwarf planets. Pluto was the first world to be classified as a dwarf planet, and for a long time there was debate over whether Pluto should be classified as a planet. Many astronomers believe that it was too small to be considered a planet. The IAU's definition of a dwarf planet is an object that orbits the Sun and has enough mass to assume a nearly round shape, but has not cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. This means that a dwarf planet has not gravitationally pulled in all the similar objects, asteroids, comets, etc., that are orbiting nearby. Since its discovery in 1930, Pluto has been considered the ninth planet in our solar system, but after the IAU decides to reclassify it as a dwarf planet, there are now only 8 official planets in the solar system. There are currently 5 known dwarf planets in our solar system, but their names and number may change as new worlds are discovered. The Kuiper belt is a region of the solar system beyond Neptune that's thought to contain thousands of small icy worlds similar to Pluto, and some astronomers believe that there may be undiscovered planets in the Kuiper belt and that one or more of these worlds could be Nibiru. Nibiru is an unseen planet claimed to orbit our Sun. Our own solar system is thought to have 9 planets, but Nibiru, of course, would make the 10th planet. Now, is Nibiru, Planet X, fact or fiction? Planetary scientist Mike Brown from California Institute of Technology believes that Nibiru does not exist. He has searched for a hidden planet beyond Neptune for many years, but has never found evidence of such a world. Brown believes that if there were a 10th planet in our solar system, it would have been discovered by now. He says that Planet X, as it's sometimes called, would have been found by the many surveys conducted over the past few decades. The problem with finding Planet X, Nibiru, is that it would be so far away from our Earth that it would be very faint and hard to see. It would also move slowly across the sky, making it even more challenging to spot. The hypothetical planet would also have a very long orbit, taking thousands or even millions of years to go around the Sun once, and this would make it hard to find because its position would change significantly over time. One scientist named John Matisse from the University of Louisiana Lafayette believes that Nibiru might be a brown dwarf. A brown dwarf is a type of star too small to fuse hydrogen in its core. This means it would not be bright enough to be seen without a powerful telescope. The distant objects found in the past few years, such as Sedna and 2012 VP113, are considered brown dwarfs. Matisse believes that there might be a brown dwarf orbiting our Sun at a distance of about 100,000 times the Earth-Sun distance, and this would put it far beyond Neptune's orbit. He has even calculated this proposed planet's orbit and predicted when it would next pass by our Earth. Matisse's calculations show that Nibiru should be visible in our night sky sometime in the year 2046. Well, there you go. However, other scientists are not so sure that Nibiru exists. They point out that there is no direct evidence of such a world. There have been no sightings of Nibiru, and no one has found any indirect evidence of its existence, such as its gravitational effects on other objects in our solar system. Some people believe that Nibiru is not a real planet, but instead a hoax, and they think that story was made up to sell books or get attention. There's no scientific evidence to support the existence of Nibiru, and the idea is considered pseudoscience. 10 hidden facts that support the existence of planet Nibiru, Planet X. When we discuss the undiscovered planet Nibiru, we refer to a massive object that orbits our Sun, often called Planet X or Nemesis by the Greeks, ancient Greeks. There are many hidden pieces of evidence to suggest that Nibiru exists, but the 10 main ones are listed here. Nibiru is not Planet 9. Recently, there's been a lot of excitement about the possible existence of Planet 9, a giant planet that may be lurking in the outer solar system. However, Nibiru is not Planet 9. Nibiru is much larger. It's a much larger object that would be easily visible in our night sky if it were there. Planet 9 and Nibiru have identical properties but are two different objects. Nibiru orbits the Sun. One of the most compelling evidence for Nibiru is that it appears to orbit our Sun. There are several theories about how this could be possible. Still, the most likely scenario is that Nibiru is a binary system consisting of two stars orbiting each other. The missing planet Nemesis is considered the star in this binary system, but Nibiru is the brown dwarf. Nibiru is massive. Nibiru is estimated to be 4 times the size of our Earth and twice the size of Jupiter. It's so massive that it would have a substantial gravitational effect on the planets in our solar system. If Nibiru were to pass by Earth, it would cause havoc on our planet. The predicted planet Nibiru would cause earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and extreme weather conditions. Nibiru has a long orbit. Nibiru takes approximately 3,600 years to orbit our own Sun. This is much longer than any known planet in our solar system. Nibiru's long orbit is one of the reasons why it's so difficult to find. The outer planets in our solar system, such as Neptune and Pluto, have much longer orbits than Nibiru, but they are still easier to find because they are closer to our Sun. Nibiru is in the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is a region of space beyond Neptune that's thought to contain comets and other icy objects. Some researchers believe that Nibiru is located in the Kuiper Belt. This would explain why it's so difficult to find. The elusive planet would hide among the other Kuiper Belt objects. Nibiru has a comet-like tail. One of the most unusual things about Nibiru is that it appears to have a tail similar to a comet. Its tail is thought to be made up of dust and debris that has been pulled off of Nibiru by the gravitational force of our Sun. Nibiru is bright in the infrared. Nibiru is much brighter in infrared than it is in visible light. This is another indication that Nibiru is a binary system of two stars. The bright infrared emissions are thought to be coming from the brown dwarf star in the system called Planet X. Nibiru has a high orbital eccentricity. Orbital eccentricity is a measure of how elliptical an orbit is. Nibiru has a very high orbital eccentricity, which means that its orbit is very elongated. This is another clue that Nibiru might be a binary system. Nibiru heading towards Earth. Nibiru is thought to be on a collision course with Earth. It's predicted to pass by our planet 2029. Isn't that the year the Apophis asteroid is coming? But some researchers believe it could happen sooner. Nibiru's approach would have disastrous consequences for our planet. The massive object would cause earthquakes, tsunamis, and extreme weather conditions. Nibiru have already affected Earth. Some researchers believe that Nibiru has already affected our Earth. They point out that more earthquakes and volcanic eruptions have occurred in recent years, and they also believe that Nibiru was responsible for the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. What effect could it have on Earth if it comes too close to our planet? We all know that the sun's gravitational force affects many objects in space, but what if there was an object so massive that its gravity began to affect our solar system? That's right, we're talking about the fabled planet X or Nibiru, so what effects could this planet have on Earth if it comes too close to our planet? For starters, the gravitational force of planet X would be so great, it could potentially disrupt the orbit of the Earth. This would cause all sorts of problems for us, like drastic climate changes as well as an increase in seismic activity. Many planetary scientists believe the destruction of the Earth is a genuine possibility if Nibiru were to come close enough to our planet. However, some scientists believe that Nibiru is nothing more than a myth. In addition, the dust and debris that Planet X would kick up as it made its way through the solar system would devastate life on Earth. The dust would block out the sun, causing global cooling and potentially leading to a new ice age. The Earth would also be bombarded by comets and asteroids drawn in by the gravity of Planet X, and this could potentially destroy all life. There's a reason why scientists are so interested in this planet, and it's because the consequences of its existence are so destructive. Living beings, humans and animals on Earth will have to face many problems if Nibiru comes close to our planet and disrupts the orbit of Earth. There would be drastic changes in climate, increased seismicity, global cooling, and destruction of all life. So while we don't know if Planet X exists or if it will ever come close enough to Earth to have any real effect on our planet, it's something to keep an eye on. Who knows, one day we may find ourselves living in a very different solar system. And this is on Collective Spark by Ancient Code guest writer. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.